Laura, sir.
So you are there, Nora?
Hi, how are you doing?
Very well, Laura. How are you doing, sir? How are you doing?
I'm
So
good,
good to
good
see
to
you.
see you all well.
Very good to see you. Really good to see you.
Yeah, we did so many things together, in the past. I troubled you so much. It's good to have you
No,
here. It's good to have
thank
you here, and I'm pleased to see you. And I hope you're doing well and you're safe. And thank you for coming here and giving us your inputs on food, on cuisine. Um,
thank you.
yeah, welcome, very welcome.
Thank you very much, Laura. Thank you.
Thank you for
Thank
being
you.
here. Thanks,
Thank
Nishant.
you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. I'd like you to introduce to Chef Nishant Choubey, since he needs no introduction, but still I've come up with a small brief overview about his profile. Chef Nishant Choubey is the corporate chef for Sainan Group Tokyo and
Yeah.
consulting chef with Michelin-plated Indus Bangkok. He's constantly exploring new flavors and cuisines. He rose to glory and fame after being selected as one of the few to attend MasterChef class World Gourmet Summit in Singapore. When he was a kid, his parents, like scores of Indian parents, had hoped that their son would become an engineer or an IAS officer. However, Chef Nishant had been extremely sure that he would be cooking delicious food ever since he created his first dish at just the age of 14. His passion to constantly explore new flavors and cuisines has helped him scale heights. He's known for using seasonal produce and fresh ingredients to add that extra kick to the dishes. Chef Nishant Choubey believes in keeping his dishes simple and not overcooking it and overpowering it. He also reveals his future plans plus juicy secrets of the food service industry. Comes from the family of academicians. After graduating from IHM Bhopal, he joined Oberoi Group of Hotels, then Rajvilas Jaipur. After working there for about 2 years, his next job was with Jumeirah Group Dubai, a part of pre-opening team for Madinat Jumeirah, and served there for about 3 years. He has also been associated, like Laura rightly said, he has been associated with Olive Bar and Kitchen and was a part of the pre-opening team for Olive Beach, a Japanese restaurant, and lab. Before joining the Rosette Hotels, now he has also been associated with Rosette Hotels, which was previously called Dusit Devrana. He has achieved a many milestone of his career. To start with, he has been selected for the Southern US training by Southern Foods Program in 2010 by John Falls Culinary Institute. He has also participated as a speaker in Mauritius. He has won Iron Chef Challenge in Bangkok, representing Indus Bangkok. He has been representing India in Montenegro during the National Day. Won first prize. Now that's a big thing, chef. Now won first prize at the Bushos, or competition held at Ashoka Hotel. He has participated in MasterChef classes at the World Gourmet Summit. Uh, we call him the rising star of the century. He has an international exposure to the Mediterranean restaurants in the Middle East. Hosted a lot of TV shows. I have also followed him on a lot of TV shows with Z Business called The Great Chefs of India. Uh, he has also been associated with Tata Sky in association with Fam Health, won gold medal at Ahar in the innovation category. He has also cooked 8-course tasting menu for BBC Good Food. Lot of things, chef. Sorry, I'm not able to cover it all. I have 3 more pages to left, but I'll just summarize it very fast. A Grant Award Chef Award by Miss Rinku Madan, curated a famous restrained Jain meal at Adanis residency in Ahmedabad. He's also writing a book on Indus Valley civilization, curated a historic pop-up at Indus Bangkok on progressive Indian cuisine, a successful cook-off at Vineyard at Argentina, South Africa, and a lot more. Let's hear it from the man himself, Chef Nishant Choubey, please, sir.
Well, thank you very much for your kind introduction, Saurav, and I'm really, elated to be here in this esteemed panel. People are, I know Laura very, very well. We have done several events together. So it's absolutely a delight, and I'm really, really happy and like to really, as much as I can talk, I'll be really, really happy about it. So thank you very much for your kind introduction, all the follow-ups that you have done. I hope I was okay with the answers and whatever you asked for. So,
Yes,
but without wasting much time, I would also like to introduce myself. I think every day is a fresh day in our life, and I think I'm sure that I think glories and all those are always in the past. Whenever you enter the kitchen, it's always the fresh day. So that's the idea behind cooking. And yes, I have been cooking for almost 20 years now, and have been exposed to a lot of countries and have seen a lot of things in past, and still been searching around for that new thing that I can engage in my life or add in my life. But again, there are some people who have who have actually have great influence in my career, in my cooking skills. I would definitely like to name Dr. Pushpesh Pant, okay, who is a culinary mentor or a director in my life, and have done, I mean, have actually made me understand the value of sustainable cooking. Okay. So that's exactly how I thought that I should speak about this topic. And I think this is much awaited and this is much required at this period of time when the pandemic is all over. And I think it's very important for us to understand the charisma of local cuisine. Okay. So that's what I thought that I should pick it up. But again, it's not about today. I happen to understand local cuisine or sustainable cuisine when I was researching Indus Bangkok with Dr. Pant again. And I used to go there very often, like almost every month. We both used to go like once in a month for sure. Okay, so we used to go to the market and we used to see the restaurants and used to see how the restaurants work around. I have seen a market where you know uh, the farmers, they come every day, and the chefs have got a mandate as well to pick up one ingredient from that market and use it in their menu. And that's the first thing that used to get sold out. Okay, so I was like quite excited that how come this, what is this going on right now. So I was asking Sid Sehgal, I mean, who owns Indus Bangkok, saying that what is said, Nishant, this is what it is, that the king always wanted that the farmers here should get the maximum out of it, and he got all the crops which are required to grow stuff which was coming from outside, and he actually made this market and this amended. So that's exactly, I mean, I started thinking from that time only that why as in our country, since we have got great civilization, if we look at our Harappas, or our Indus civilization, which is almost 400 years ago, that how come we don't look at it, and why do we look at things which are coming from outside, and why don't we make our dishes exotic? I mean, that's a very very simple question. Also, there were some examples that I saw, and I saw the success of those, namely Annamaya. If you see that amazing Annamaya, which is a food hall, European food hall at Annamaya at Andaj, which used to run by Alex, Chef Alex, and he virtually got everything there, and people just enjoy that amazing delicacy which was getting served. But again, I mean, I think I would like to play a small video, if you guys allow me, to
yes,
show you what is sustainability. Sustainability doesn't start just right there. It starts from how the thing is sourced, okay, or how the thing is found, and then it is basically how it is washed, or how it is cleaned, how it is processed, and how it is also discarded. It's very important for us to realize that how do we discard our ingredients, what are biodegradable sources, or I mean biodegradable sources, or non-biodegradable. So I just like to play a 1 minute video. I won't take much time, but there is a link that I want you all to see to understand that why. I mean, this is the link that I have. So if I click on this, can I just play it here? Like,
yes. Sunil Chef, can we give him the
Yes,
rights
chef.
to share?
You have the right, chef. You can do that.
so I'll just click on the. Should I just paste it on the on the
Very, very
one second.
click on. You can start the video. You click on share content, the third option
Okay,
that's
okay,
coming after your audio, camera, and the share option, and then the screen option will come, whichever screen it's playing on. So you click on that
okay.
share button. The screen will be visible to all the panelists and the
One
attendees.
second. I just like to show you what happens to the garbage which is getting disposed in Delhi itself. You'll be shocked to know the kind of 1 second. I'll just play the link. Okay.
Chef, please click on that tool share content.
Share button. The third option.
Share
Share content.
Yes, share button.
One
It will
second.
show the screen that you are playing the video on.
Oh, just do I need to go to the page only? I mean, I need to go here only.
Yes,
I
you
need
click
to.
on share content, and then the screen you will see where the video is playing, and then you click on that blue thing, share coming on that screen.
One second. I need to. No, I need to click from the more from more option which is there here. I mean, from the screen only.
So
No.
The main screen of the software, or you can
Okay.
share the link with me. You can share the link in the chat to all the panelists. I'll just play the video from here.
play the video.
Perfect.
We can do that.
I think that's better. 1 second.
Yeah.
I'll just show. Copy. Okay, I've shared the link. If you can just play it.
Sure. Give me a minute.
Yeah.
In the chat session, it is.
Yeah, Chef, I'm just.
So, so do look at that and do look at this. And if you have any question, please feel free to ask.
So, Rishabh, will it take time? Can we continue with the session?
Yeah, sure. So I'm just showing you that how much garbage is getting disposed and how much are we wasting it. Okay, I think it's very important for us to understand that we should actually eat mindfully. That's exactly what I meant. That we should try to avoid as much as wastage, or try to make discards as delicacies, or try to use it to the maximum value. Okay, I think Sunil is always sharing the content.
Yes. Is it visible now? Should I start playing?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, please.
Sunil Chef, audio please, full screen.
Oh.
Chef, I guess we'll see it at a later stage. I can guess we can continue with the session because there is some issue
No,
with video.
no problem. That okay, no issues. So okay, it's playing.
The video will keep tracking because that's not.
Okay, that's fine.
It's fine,
That's
I
fine.
guess.
Continue.
That's fine. Yeah, please, please,
Chef,
please.
we'll continue.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so the video shows that almost 3.2 kilo of garbage which comes out from every household in Delhi itself. So you can understand that if there's a crore of population in Delhi itself, and how much garbage, and in that how much biodegradable degradable which is changed or which is getting utilized by Earth, and apart from that, how that is affecting our environment. So that's exactly what the video shows, and you'll be shocked to hear. I mean, you all can go through this link later after this after the PPT. So why sustainability? That's the most important question that always comes in mind of people, that why do we get into sustainability? I think sustainability is required at this period of time because of course because of health. I think health is one thing that if we look at eating mindfully, eating responsibly, and eating seasonal, eating making them, I mean, making gourmet delicacies out of it. So I think that will be very very important for us to understand, and to, I think this is also viable also, and this is also very very financially achievable in terms of financials. Also, if we look at how we can create those awareness about local produce, that can also have a great impact on our environment. That will also play a very very important role in understanding the entire dynamics of the business. The sustainable development goals are the blueprints for to achieve a better and more sustainable future for all of us. They address the global challenges we face, including those related to poverty, inequality, climate changes, environmental degradation, peace, and justice. I think these are the ones which are very, very important for us to understand. My idea is that we should shop artisanal. I think artisanal is one word we should always whenever we go out. We should try to find these things which are grown at that period of time, and which we can use in our daily life. And then of course we should spread this awareness. This is also very important, that we should spread awareness. We should tell people that, this is the trend which is international as well. I think every country is looking for what best they have, what how best they can actually use them in their daily routine, and they can use those resources to make it exotic. Okay. But what are the sustainable development goal? I think poverty is one thing which we all should understand. I think because of pandemic also, if we look at, there are a lot of people who will not get food. So I think uh, wasting food, or disposing it, or wasting edible food is of course a crime. If we look at India's population itself, around one third of India's population sleeps without food. Okay, so it is very important for us to understand that we should never throw any kind of food in the bin which is edible. We should rather donate what you don't use. If you think that one cannot use that, you should better donate it to people. There are more than 700 million people still live in extreme poverty in the entire world. 700 million. So you can understand the dynamics. Okay. Then if we look at the zero hunger drive, restless and support. It is very very important for us to support our farmer. Okay. I think I have met a lot of people in Delhi who are doing who are doing great job, I would say, that they are supporting farmers. We have an association called Young Chef Association. Okay, in that we have farmers. Those who actually, who grows crops, and who put up their crops in our WhatsApp group, and then we all look at that and we all use it. Okay. One of the example that I would like to give it to you, that there was a competition in called as World on the Plate in Bangalore. I'm sure every one of you know about it.
Yes.
And there were a lot of chefs who participated, and I flew from Delhi, and I was like, okay, what to make? So I had this humble ingredient called a jamun, okay, which is an Indian berry which is found in India and in Southeast Asia. So I made a jamun chaat. You'll not imagine that jamun chaat won gold in that competition. Okay, it is a myth saying that those things cannot be made competitive. Okay, it is basically a competition between amaranth and quinoa. Okay, if I can put it in a very very simple way, simple language. Okay, if you look at amaranth or ramdana, okay, and of course those mehenga quinoa, okay, then I think it's very easily you can actually replace them in our daily life. But sustainability doesn't mean that we should definitely get we should not confuse ourselves with sustainability with organic. I think organic is a term which we should not. I mean, saying that okay, this is local produce, but this is organic produce. I think these are two different words, and we should not confuse because organic certification takes a lot. Okay, because it has to go through a complete process to get that sort organic certification. But we should try to not to use that word in our menu. Okay, so I was saying about amaranth and quinoa, but again, whatever we start growing, say if we find a good avocado in Pune or in Kodaikanal belt, there's no harm in using it. Okay, because earlier quinoa was only coming out from Peru. Okay, but now quinoa is growing in the belt of Bangalore and in the belt of Pune. People are growing red quinoa, black quinoa. So there is no harm in using them in our menus and then showing it to people. I don't think so there is any problem in that. I mean, I'm just talking, saying that if there's an opportunity for us to support our farmers, so that whatever they are using, they are giving it to us, should go back to them, saying that okay, not farm to plate, but so that they understand that what have we done to that lovely dish, lovely ingredient that they have given it to us, and how are they qualified to give us so much of help. Very simple, very simple way to make them aware about it is write their name on the menu. Like if I write farmer's name in the menu, it makes so much of it creates so much of impact. Okay. Saying that okay, Achintya kisi kres this dish. Okay, uh, I mean, this has come from this source. So if we can write the source name, that guy will be very, very excited. So I think we should definitely help our farmers, not only financially, but in this way also. I think that will again be very, very important. Okay. Going into the
Great.
next slide. Yeah. Anyone has any question?
So, Chef,
Yeah.
you have created a lot of sustainable menus. So, can you run us through what all you have created so far as sustainable cuisine is concerned? It is the trend now because there are a lot of concerns with the food that the kind of growing environment the food grows in. So, sustainability is the trend now. But can you run us through what all dishes for this sustainability menu? Now I see your food shows also that there also you have done a lot of sustainable dishes. So run us through the dishes, chef.
No, so as I said you, I think I mean, for me, anything which grows very seasonal, like even if it is rosella. I mean, rosella is a great great. If we look at edible flowers, there are a lot of flowers which grows in our country. So I have recently done a pop up where I showed colors. Okay, there were colors that I was showing. So I used rosella to create that vibrant red color on the plate. So what I mean, I'm in Jharkhand right now, and I happened to go on the street and I have found this lovely, lovely. They call it KRI. Okay. Then I made a very, very nice stir fry with that, and then I found this lovely bamboo shoot. Okay, very, very crisp, very, very nice. Okay, and I made a salad out of it. In fact, there's world on the plate happening again, and it's a virtual competition. So I'm gonna make a plated snack. Okay, plated tea time. The restaurant that I have done in Bangalore called Street Stories, which has won all the awards. It's global vegetarian food. Okay, so in that I am making a plated street food, but whatever I have found in the streets here, I have found a very, very lovely khadi biscuit. Okay, so I'm gonna use that also. I'm gonna make hemp chutney, hemp flour, if you guys know about it, which is thoda nasha bhi aata hai usme, but that's okay. I think there's no problem. So I'm gonna make a dish out of that. So it is very important for us to realize that how we can turn that dish into exotic. It should sound exotic. It should be sellable. I think that's very, very interesting. That's very, very important for us to realize that it has to have that selling point. If I give you an example of kathal only, which I sold as saying it's lamb, people bought it at lamb price. You have to make it that tasty. So I think I have done several pop-ups where I have used a lot of ingredients which are into that season, and then when it is off, it is off. Then people have to wait next season to eat it. I hope I am able to answer your question, Saurabh.
Yes, chef. Yes, for sure.
If I was
So,
just going
chef,
for one thing, I just came across a video of yours talking about natural cure, in fact, a natural insulin for the diabetes. I'm asking because I'm a
Yeah.
diabetic myself. So something you mentioned about
Oh,
the
acha.
camel milk, something about that. So can you
Yeah.
just elaborate about these natural supplements?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, very good. So camel milk is again being treated in India or brought in India by a guy called Shrey. Okay, there's a company called Advik. Okay, and
Who's the
he's
webinar right
making
now,
this
Batao?
milk. Okay. So he's bringing that to India in the form of a dehydrated camel milk powder.
आज
He's
बताएंगे chef
also
को.
he's also He's also giving us camel milk powder, goat cheese powder, then of course camel milk, and I happen to know about him from Anamaya only. I mean from Chef Alex. Then he told me that he made paneer out of camel milk. Okay, and I really wanted to understand that how did he made paneer. So I made tofu. I made a very nice silken tofu from that camel milk. Okay, and it came out real nice. So in terms of camel milk, there's a community in Rajasthan called as Raika, okay, and not even a people drink camel milk all the time there, and not even a single person is diabetic. That's what people say, okay. So that's actually because maybe the fat content is I mean, it's very less. So that's why. See, if you are diabetic, then you should eat everything in moderate quantity. That's exactly it is. It's very simple because my show at Tata Health, it is all about eating. I mean, what to eat, not to eat. There's nothing that you can't eat. Okay, you can eat mango also. Okay, there's no problem eating mango. But there's a quantity allotment for people who should eat it. So you should not eat like a kilo of mango I mean, at once. You can eat only two slices of mango, and that's how one should eat it. And if I may, I mean, I'll tell you the PowerPoint projection that I got from the doctors regarding diabetic food. So you can have a look, and of course you can take benefit out of that.
Great chef.
Also, it is important that millennials in India is slowly and steadily advocating sustainable dining. It is very important for the millennials to understand that are they agree to sustainable dining, or they are still running for ash avocado. Okay, are they still thinking that they have to they can only eat that? But I think millennials have started realizing this, and that's a great future talk for us, saying that yes, they understand the concept of sustainable dining. Okay, so in that, if I may elaborate it little much. So if we look at our millennials, what do they want? They want variety. So our local produce have got enough variety. Okay, India being a country where you go to every state, you find a new ingredient. Also, I would just like to come here and speak about one thing that is very important. It's a three-way system. There's a source, there's a creator, and there's an acceptor, and somebody who pays for it. Okay, until unless all three of us come together, it won't be successful. Okay, if the source, if we have lovely quinoa apples which is not on the same size, and if we happen to place it in a fruit basket in a five-star hotel, the guests should appreciate it. They should not say, "Are wo, the apples are not of same size," but they should understand that it's not a fibered apple, or it's not an apple which is having, which is grown into adverse circumstances. Whatever is being supplied to them is environmentally safe. It's made with a lot of responsibility, is made with lot of devotion. So they should appreciate it. Then only their mission is gonna be successful. Otherwise, this will not be successful. Okay. So as I said about Young Chef Association, there is a Young Chef Association where we have a lot of farmers, okay, who actually keep floating their seasonal healthy produce, and we as chef, we buy it from them and use it in our menu. So it is not so elaborate. It's very easy. Like Minu Nageshwaran She has this lovely healthy market that she does every Sunday. I'm sure you guys must have been to Asiad Village. At Asiad Village, it happens on Saturday and Sunday. And in Gurgaon, I think it only happens on Sunday. And now Punita is doing in Gurgaon. If you guys, I'm sure you should all visit post pandemic is over. So there she calls people from all over India. They all come just for a day there, and people sell. And then there are I have seen people coming there and they buy stuff from there. There are some tasters, and you'll be shocked to see the kind of variety that they show there. Even Punita in Gurgaon market, there are a lot of non-vegetarian. I mean, people sell non-veg as well. I mean, you can just go and there's like no plastic and everything is made indigenously, and you will find things which are so it is a good sign that it was only at Asia Village, but now it is Gurgaon because Gurgaon has more millennials, Gurgaon has more corporates, Gurgaon has people who can basically shell out more because of course these are little pricey to what you find I mean what you find which is used which is made out of insecticide and pesticide. This is of course a little more, I mean little more costly. I mean that's there. I mean you have to shell out little more for your own health, for your family's health. That's exactly what we all need to understand. Okay,
Great.
so
So, Chef, Tokyo has a market for sustainable dishes, or is it only the trend which is coming up in Gurgaon? Especially, anyways, vegan restaurants we have already had in a while. But tell us about sustainability-based restaurants. Is it happening in Tokyo where you work, or is it just with the uh, Indian market?
So I think the first country that I feel that vouch for sustainability, and that's where the best chefs they are all coming. If you look at Gagan, also he has this
Yes.
his restaurant in Bangkok. The guy is there, Gagan is there, then Suring is there, the German restaurant. Okay, so I think the first example of sustainable environment or sustainable produce or how a person can become sustainable successful. Okay, there's a guy called Alex, not Alex. His name is Robert Padario. Okay, he stays almost 300 kilometers from Bangkok, and if you happen to go to his restaurant, you will find even the manpower is sustainable. Okay, even his sources in manpower in that particular from that particular area only. Okay, if you go through his menu, it's very interesting. If he has chicken, he'll say the chicken is being sourced at 800 meter. Okay, a bamboo shoot that is being sourced at this meter. So there is an area that he has summed up. So he's that much sustainable. Okay, so I'm saying plus what happens that the produce the variety in Bangkok is amazing. It is financially viable because the costs are little less. The ingredients are very very freshly found. Okay, and there's whole lot of people who they appreciate these kind of things. That's also again. I think if you look at Japan, Japan is again a market which is run by Chinese. Okay, more or less it is run by Chinese people. Uh, but if I look at some example like kombucha, okay, kombucha is something that the fermented tea, which is very very which has got amazing antioxidant factor, and it is absolutely immune booster, and it is definitely great for your gut. So now we have started making kombucha in our own country. I mean, I have people who have given me kombucha like jamun kombucha and pineapple kombucha, mango kombucha. So I think there's no problem in getting inspired to any cuisine. So if I look at Japan, Japan has got variety. If you look at if I go to CPG market very often there, okay, it opens at 3 in the morning, and there's a huge auction which happens. The entire world basically, entire I mean whatever owners or suppliers, they all assemble there at 3 in the morning, and then they buy all those things from there. So they already have, but in the same time I would also like Japan to understand that they should not curb their sea. What is happening is because of Olympic coming, it was supposed to be in 2020, but I think that's being deferred by a year. But because they don't have any place, they are throwing plastic in the sea. Okay, and they are trying to make buildings on them. Okay, So what is the use? Japan is very much they have the maximum earthquakes in the entire world. The building shakes like anything. They are only responsible for it. Okay, the metros are 3 level down. Okay, so they have dig earth so much. So that's exactly, I think, that there are some places where they should curb to their development. They should put a hinge to all those things that they're doing, which is absolutely wrong. But the food and everything is very charming. Japan is up all the time, 24/7. Nobody sleeps. It's like New York. There's no night, and people party all the night. They drink, they smoke, they go crazy. So they lead definitely a very, very good life, I'm sure about it.
Okay, Sunil Chef, we have few dishes, sustainable dishes by Chef Nishant. Can we see them so that Chef can explain the same?
Sure, sure. I'll just play the video.
Yeah, sure.
Chef, your audio will be on. The video will go off. The audio will still
Sure,
be on, so you can speak in between. I'll pause the video wherever it's required.
sure, please.
Okay, Sunil Chef, if you can just hold on.
Yeah,
On
yeah.
this.
It's paused.
Chef, what is this all about? This dish that you have created?
First of all, I want all of you to say whether you guys like it or not.
Chef, I liked it.
The proof lies in the taste of the pudding. जब तक taste नहीं करेगा तो but it looks very good, of course. Looks
Thank you,
very
sir. This is made from cauliflower. This is a curried cauliflower and beetroot soup. ये एक तरह का soup है. Okay. I have it's a duet basically, and the way to serve it is we come with 2 jars and then we pour it in front of the guest. आपके सामने आएंगे, आपके सामने ही pour करेंगे soup को. So it's basically चुकंदर and cauliflower का soup.
Oh wow.
Great.
Yeah, so it is again very, very
Natural colors, sir. Natural colors.
natural, very clean, very healthy, very tasty. Okay, no artificial colors are used.
Okay.
Sunil Chef, please.
Yes.
Chef, tell us something about this.
So this is my favorite ingredient called fresh turmeric. I think everyone is required. Everyone is supposed to eat it now forever now. Okay. It has curcumin, which is absolutely great for your health. It prevents inflammation. So this is basically a haldi ka halwa. Okay, and this is made with
Haldi ka
Did you
halwa.
say that right?
kachi kachi haldi ka halwa. Yes.
Okay, great.
So it is made with a little bit of green cardamom, and that's it. Not many ingredients. And when you put jaggery, what happens is kachi haldi bind ho jata hai, and it has very significant amount of ghee, which is clarified butter. So that's exactly what it is.
Okay.
Great. Chef,
Can can any of you guess what is it?
You can read at the bottom, very small.
So I'll tell you.
turmeric ice cream, I guess.
So ये हल्दी की आइसक्रीम या कुल्फी ice cream or turmeric kulfi, but shaped into
Turmeric
a
ice
lemon.
cream.
Turmeric ice cream, fresh turmeric ice cream. Okay, so it has both turmeric leaves and turmeric, as in fresh turmeric as well. Okay, it has cream, some bit of milk, and some bit of stabilizer, and we set it up, and then we served it like a quenelle.
Okay. Chef, what
And
is that
there's some bit of
stabilizer in
turmeric
there?
juice. Sorry,
Stabilizer
sorry.
or natural stabilizer or the chemical based stabilizer? The
Uh,
stabilizer
the,
body.
the natural stabilizer, the natural stabilizer.
Okay.
Chef,
Okay, so this is a lockdown dish that I made. Okay, because
Okay.
I'm sure I was like, when people at home, what to do, what not to do. So this is a raw mango curry with drumstick. The moringa is again one of the ingredient which is it's a superfood now. Okay, and I have learned it from my neighbor, okay, who said, Nishanji, do you use moringa ka patta? I said, moringa ka patta, to people use it. So he said that let me make a dish and show it to you. So he made a dhokla out of it, okay. And I thought that how do I use it? So I made a raw mango and coconut curry, and I put some bit of drumstick inside this. Okay, so I basically use the fruit and not the leaf, but again, it's a very nutritious and healthy and seasonal dish. So yeah, this is what it is.
Quite unusual, I can say.
So, and very simple. There's no ginger, there's no garlic. It's okay. Now, okay, so this is this. I made a cream cheese. Okay, out of yogurt. Okay, so this is what it is, and these are some bit of local edible flowers on top. So this is basically a cheese
Okay.
with some walnut in that.
Okay, this is the last one.
Okay, so this is kathal. Okay, so this is of course, I mean, this is inspiration from kathal taco. Okay, so the base is basically a maize flour taco, yes, and then it has kathal keema on top, and I have made some bit of mango hummus. So you will see this yellow thing is mango hummus, and it has some onion rings, and I cut it in the shape like a pizza, and then and just enjoy it. So yeah.
Coincidentally, me and Saurash were taking a class for our fresh batch coming in. The closing point was Kathal only, and the diversity the product has got. Just about 1 hour back, we were having this session.
I guess
Right.
there are a lot of ingredients, those who have that medicinal benefit and had a healing property. I guess we have to use this quite often in our dishes. Like a lot of restaurants I can see is going towards kathal and kathal biryani and pulao, everything. But I guess we are still not on the peak of using all the ingredients that are actually sustainable and we can
Mm.
source it easily from farmers directly.
Yeah, I am. Sorry. Hello,
If
can
I
you hear me?
remember, about 3 4 years back, we used to have this farmers market happening at the Cyber City on Sundays. So we used to go
Yeah,
there, and I remember getting very nice mangoes and oranges from there when those things used to happen.
that's lovely. That's lovely, yeah. Now is the
Yes,
time
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
for mango,
yes.
mango, jamun, mulberry. Thing, love it, and I preserve it like a marmalade. So even mulberry juice is
Mm,
has got amazing iron content. So one should definitely consume that. Jamun is having diabetes. They should basically
mm.
eat the pulp and the seed as well. So that is definitely will give a lot of I mean help in diabetes. People having that. Yeah.
Yes.
So, Chef, anything about sustainability which can help our students? We have a lot of students from IHM in this session. So, anything to tell about
Yeah,
sustainability to give some gyan and all?
in in very easy words, sustainability is your strength. Okay, one should look at it, their strength, whatever is their strength. I look at what is getting produced there, and then I should make it as my as my success. So that's exactly what it is. One should definitely go roots, go back and understand that how those techniques were applied to make food, how how mother used to feed his family by using those typical healthy ingredients, and that's exactly how it is. I think if we can summarize it, that's why every student, whoever is listening to me, just go back from where you are coming. Use this time. I think this is the best time to use it for research, because once the pandemic is over, once we are on a full express, okay, I think that time you'll not be able to you'll not be able to get that this research time. So it's better, go back, understand your route, understand those techniques, understand those equipment, because this is the time where you don't have much. Okay, you don't have much to do, and then you can look at making things in a very critical atmosphere, or in very critical circumstances, when you don't have those new age ovens, or you have new age equipment, you have everything whatever you can make from your home. So that's exactly what I meant, that it's very simple. We should all understand. We should all go back to our roots and make it and understand and make it little exotic, so that people get little excited when they see that. Excited doesn't mean that create fusion cuisine. Okay, fusion is total confusion. Never fuse. Never do spaghetti with mutton rogan josh. Never do never do rice pancake with kheer. Okay, I think these are some classic. Although butter chicken pasta is a very nice dish in Italy, people love butter chicken pasta. Okay, because food is very subjective. I mean, you have your own choice, but I have my own choice. But I preferably as a chef don't like to advocate about fusion cooking. Okay, fusion is complete confusion, and we should never. We should of course progress it or take it back, but don't do two cuisines coming together. I think we should refrain that.
I guess when we talk about sustainability, chef, there is one restaurant that pops up in my mind is Noma. I
Ah,
guess,
yeah.
yeah, I guess they have kind of backed up the concept of sustainability very well. So
Yeah.
in their menus. So can we have more restaurants in India like these, or is it next to impossible to have a sustainability based restaurants totally running on sustainable ingredients?
No, I think sort of see. I think as we go post, COVID or post pandemic, okay, I think it will be very difficult to have the same ingredient coming to, I mean, coming from outside. I think it will be a difficult. It will be a little difficult for us to find it viable commercially, financially. Okay, sound to have a costly ingredient in our menu. Okay, we have to find things in our own cuisine, okay, in our own supplies that we get in our daily life. Because see, finally it is, I mean, those, if you look at now as well, the expensive restaurants where the costs are very high, they are not able to open. But if you look at the restaurants which you don't have, which are not that costly in terms of the rentals, or in terms of salaries, or in terms of overall cost, they would only be able to sustain. But the costly restaurants or the fine dine restaurant will be very difficult. So I think this is a great angle to keep small menu, local menu, seasonal menu, so that it is of course exciting for people to come and dine in whenever it is allowed, and for the owners also, it is okay to run the restaurant in that way.
Great, chef, great. So
Norma, Norma,
anyone?
Norma only opens for 6 months, right?
Yes, yes,
They
chef, yes.
research for 6 months and they open for 6 months. But I think Mumbai is an example where there are a lot of restaurants who are who are who are 100% sustainable. Okay, if we look at the Bombay Canteen, or if I look at Old Metro, I think these are examples where they are running it very successfully. And Delhi also, if you look at Lota Cafe, which is one of my favorite restaurant. Okay, it is very much sustainable. It is all over India. You can find menu of all. It's a regional. I mean, the menu is based on regional Indian cuisine, which is again a strength of India that we should definitely advocate and go down to west and go down to south and go down to east to find out the variety that we can show to the world. Okay, so I think that's exactly what Bombay Canteen or Lota Cafe does here. So that's exactly what I'm doing at Street Stories Bangalore also, and we won all the awards last year, and people are appreciating it. And this kind of restaurant would definitely make it to Michelin very soon.
Chef, we have a question from the participants. What is your favorite sustainable dish if we talk about?
Yeah, I think again I go back. I think jamun chaat is one thing that I made. Okay, I will share a recipe of the chaat of the plate. I think it came out brilliant. I think there's no yogurt in that, and there's no mint. Okay, and it is not having those typical powders and masalas. So my funda is very simple. I also like to keep it a little healthy. So I gave all the taste of chaat, but without using those typical masalas. Okay, that's exactly what I meant.
So when you said healthy, there are a lot of celebrity chefs. I guess I've seen it on the television, even on the TV shows. Uh, they say that okay, I'm using this much of fat, but then you have to exercise also at the same momentum so that it balances up. So it's good to hear that you keep your dishes very simple and sustainable and healthy, so that it
Yeah.
kind of creates an impact and stood apart
So,
from everything
so I think,
else.
you know what, because again with Dr. Pant, I understood that food has five senses. Okay. Sweet, sour, astringent, bitterness, crispiness, all those elements. So if you create that element, if you find that those elements in food, that will automatically be tasty. Okay. Why do we cheers? Simple example. Why do we cheers? Because drink has no noise. We create that positive noise, which is very soothing to our brain. That's exactly what it is. Once you understand that why anything is cooked, why you put lemon, why you put sugar, why you put tamarind, why you put these ingredients, if you understand that dynamics, if you look at Ayurveda, okay, where जहाँ वो रस के बारे में, where there's a topic called rasa, okay. So if you look at that, you'll be able to understand the vitality of making good food. That's where people
Sunil Chef,
Yes, sir. I think he has some network issue.
yeah, I guess he has some network issues.
Yeah.
If anyone would like to ask any questions, so you can post in, or what we can do is we can directly put you in connect with Chef Nishant Choubey, so you can ask him directly. So just raise your hand or post in your question so that we can unmute you.
Yeah, hi.
Chef, are you
So
back?
yeah, I'm back. I'm back. So I was talking
Yes.
about Ayurveda. I was talking about Ayurveda. I was talking about rasa. Can you hear me?
Yes, Chef, yes.
Yes, chef. Yes, chef.
So once you understand those senses of food, you'll be able to understand. You'll be able to make good food. I'm telling you, decent food you'll be able to make without mistakes. So learn a little bit of Ayurveda, little bit of Kapha, Pitta, and Vata, little bit of combinations that don't work. Okay, like, I mean, there are some combinations which definitely don't work, and there are some combinations, there are some very good, I mean, why do we use spices in food? That's again a question. So whenever we should make any sweet dish, we should always try to use spices, because spices add cooling effect to our body. That's why we should use spices. Okay. So that's if you look at that Ayurveda angle also, I think that will also be very beneficial for people who are watching it. So, yeah.
Very true, very true. I guess
We have a question from
this
Mr. Vivek. Should I unmute him?
yes, please. So I guess, Chef, the concept of sustainable food is
Mr. Vivek, you're unmuted.
adapt. Haji,
Yes.
yes, please.
Mr. Vivek? Vivek Kumar? I think he's busy somewhere.
Mr. Vivek,
He's on a call, I guess, on his side. Mr. Vivek?
has he posted his question?
No, he has raised the hand just now. He had actually announced now.
I have one question again from, I guess he's my professor of IHM, if I'm not wrong. How to control the wastage of food in hotels, Chef?
So, so my advice would be that there should be no bin kitchen. Okay. The most wastage that I have seen, first of all, try to make discards as delicacies, as I said before. One can use peels to make masalas, one can dry them. Now, hotels have dehydrator also, they can always dehydrate it and make powders,
Yes,
and they can make, I mean, stock can be made. I mean, hardly anything which can be thrown, first and foremost.
Mm.
Okay. But whatever it is thrown, first of all, of course, we should segregate our garbage. But now it's the system which is followed in every hotel, and every hotel is following HACCP standard, which is hygiene analysis critical control points, and there are bins which are segregated for non-biodegradable and biodegradable. Apart from that, what I did in my restaurant is I told them not to use bin. They should
Mm.
throw everything in small bowls right in front of them, so that whenever I'm taking around, I understand what they have thrown. I actually keep an eye on that. Okay, they have thrown these things, and then there's a dispose it. But what happens is, if there are bigger bins in front of them, they have a habit of throwing things. Okay, which they even if that something which can be used, they also throw that. Okay, so I would highly advise that if they can keep small bowls in front of them as as just feel like as if it is a garbage bin, I think that will.
I do
Right.
follow chefs, some of the chefs who are kind of creating some eggplant skin dust and the outer leaf of the cabbage and roasting it for a longer duration of time to create a
Yeah,
chip, a crispy
yeah.
skin out of it. So I guess that's a good thing that we can do, is to reduce wastage and uh, try to come up with something wherein we can
I mean,
use.
but I think awareness is there. I mean, people are making stock out of prawn shell or crab shell or oyster shell or lobster shell. They are making. I think it's being followed now. People don't throw those kind of things. But if I even if I look at banana skin, there's a chutney which is made in southern India, made out of banana skin. Okay, where it is boiled and then it's churned, and you'll never understand that you are eating banana. It's like making jackfruit keema and selling it like selling it like mutton keema. It's like that.
Again, to add to it, I guess this dish is getting very famous in Gurgaon. Again, it started off with some of the renowned chefs. So the watermelon, that hard white skin, so they are creating a halwa and a stew.
Tutti
Sorry.
No, even if you see, even if you if in, I made tutti frutti, whatever tutti frutti you buy from market, you know
Yes,
how it is made out of watermelon skin only.
yes,
The
yes,
white
yes.
part of white part of watermelon you used to make. I mean, you make tutti frutti out of that. So yeah.
A lot to learn, chef. Lot to learn. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I guess Sunil chef, can we wrap it up?
Sure.
Uh, Thank you so much, Chef, for coming. It was such an
Most welcome.
informative session.
Most welcome. Thank
I
you.
guess sustainability is one topic that we usually ignore. It's good to hear some of the very good points and
I think
suggestions from your side.
there is there is one question which is coming out of Mr. Kulman ji. I think
Uh,
he
Gulmohan sir?
was raising.
You have spoken about regional cuisines and you've spoken about also, various specialities. Once I had, Bihari food somewhere,
Yeah.
and I really, really liked it. It was basically mutton curry and some special kind of naan and all that. Now, since you are right now in Jharkhand, which was earlier part of Bihar only, so maybe you'd like to tell us in little short form as to what do the Biharis do with food. It was slightly spicy, but totally different spices.
I think you know what Biharis do or what it's all soul food. I think if I can
Mm.
summarize it, it's a curry which is made out of very generous or very local spices. Okay, uh, I know what you curry, what mutton curry you are talking about, and it's made out of baby lamb. It is not made out of fibrous meat. Okay, and and
Uh,
and, and when people eat it, it's like if we are like six families who want to eat it all together, then the entire lamb is slaughtered and then it's being divided. Every part of the lamb is mixed together, and that's how we make it with bone. There's nothing like that boneless or I mean it is because bone has got a lot of flavor. I mean maximum flavor I would say. So that's exactly how it is made, and yeah, so I think if I have to summarize one word for Bihari cuisine or Jharkhandi food here, I mean, we use a lot of rice in our daily routine. Okay, then uh, then of course we have litti. I mean, there's a lot of influence of Bihar in Jharkhand. Litti is one of the thing. Litti chokha is one of the thing which people eat it, and it's right now. Pakoras are of course very. I mean, in everyone home we call it, there's something called bachka, I mean, which is made out of agastya flour. Okay, there, I mean, we have a lot of this agast ka ped here. So we make bachka out of that. Then there's something called chilka, which is a rice pancake. Then there's a dhuska, which is again rice batter deep fry. And there is like dhuska, people don't eat. I mean, people eat it with mutton curry. But again, that robust mutton curry that you're talking about. So, yeah. And then, of course, the tribal cuisine at Jharkhand is again different. There, people also make this red ant chutney that I don't want to try. I'm just telling you. So, so yeah, so that's again a very, very different kind of food that they eat. And there's a different kind of community here which who eat different in a different ways.
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Chef.
Thank you, Chef.
I guess that
Thank you. Thank you.
was
Thank
a
you
great
everyone.
start to the session. Just to
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Just to add on, we have a session. So I would like you, if you're free, I would like you to join. We have Chef Subrato Goswami, who will
Sure.
be talking about culinary strategies to survive the crisis. So his
Okay.
session will be on at 4 p.m. tomorrow. That's on July
Sure.
17th. So I wish to see you all, including you, Chef, if you can find out time.
Surely, surely I will. Surely I will. Thank you very much for.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming.
Chef,
I mean,
Yes.
thank you so
thank you
much,
for
Chef.
moderating so well. Thank you, Dr. Rehma. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye, Nishant.
Coming. Thank you so much. Hope to see you in the next and our last section for the Celebrity Chef Week. That's with Chef Subrato Goswami. Thank you so much for coming.
Right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, Chef, that's all.